And, what
Or
I think
not.
is that we're jumping in game number 1 because the game is started already and we're extremely hyped to be with DauT as Among Us. As Among Us in the south and Villese in the north as a blue. And we can take a look on this crazy map, Mr. Winter, because look at the map. I mean, how you wall this kind of map?
One gold patch at a time, I think, is where you start. And then, oh god, the wood lines are nowhere near either the gold or even really the berries near the back. So, but he does have the second gold is pretty well protected if we get to that stage. So if it does get to castle without too much shenanigans going on, but I think maybe there will be some shenanigans before that point.
Yeah, I mean, we have to see. It's good that you point out that goal at the back, but then we check DauT map, and honestly, I like it. He has that secondary goal in front, but he has wood at the back, goal at the back. The stone on the left is not ideal, but with goal, wood at the back, and those berries a little bit exposed, you can always protect doing the buildings in front of those berries. But other than that, I like the DauT map a little bit more because all the wood lines seems to be a little bit closer to the TC and doing like a circle around the town center.
Yeah, and he is playing as Mongols, so he has a little more mobility. So not only is he more defensible on his side, but at the same time, Villese having a more open map can easily be exploited by those either light cav or cavalry archers later on.
Okay. We see for now how Mr. DauT is going with the Mongols, trying to maybe lane find some information. Did he Villese took 2 ships, 2 goats from his opponent because he went forward, and I feel that he lamed 2 goats from DauT. I see so many goats under the TC right now, and if we check now DauT town center, he might miss too. I think so.
I mean, goats just need love and attention, and DauT was not giving them the attention they deserve. So I can't really blame Villese for going for him so early on. Also,
well, we have to remember.
I don't know if this is still true, but I remember learning that if you know where your goats are, you know the relative distance where they are from your enemy's town center. So if the goats are particularly far out, maybe you can nab some from your opponent if they happen to be in a good spot.
Yeah, well, that's definitely a point there. It's true that this is a custom Arabia map, specifically for the tournament, and what Krasini, that is the map creator, tried is just to avoid that, for example, 4 goats are in the same spot. In the previous standard Arabia, many times the 4 secondary goats were in the same spot. What we try here is to have maybe 1 on the left, 1 on the right, different, because if you go fast with the scout, then you're gonna lame even more. So that can be terrible. But being said that, I think he's just missing 2 goats, and then he probably lame it too. Now we see how he's pushing the ostrich, and well, Villese got Vietnamese. He know exactly where the TC from his opponent is. So lucky, doubt that Villese didn't lame anything else.
Yeah, and I mean a passive start, but there's no real. I don't know how many drushes we've seen during the tournament, but it seems more like an early feudal aggression sort of situation with these open maps. So early on, I think the obvious choice is potentially scouts for Mongols, and then for Vietnamese, honestly, haven't seen them enough lately, but archers are what they're known for, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's where we open up in feudal.
Yeah, well, I can tell you that has been every single strategy in the tournament. The one that has been selected only one time in the whole tournament is Fast Castle, because this map, Winter, you can't. I mean, if you go for the Fast Castle, you basically die. Basically died. So you need to go open in army. And with Mongols, the scouts are working okay if you make early aggression, if you go really fast. But if you fail, it's complicated. So people is decided to go more with militias, opening men at arms, and then transition to archers. But let's see, because for now, I don't see anyone going to my goal, and they are about to be in feudal age, Mr. Winter.
Yeah, so that I think likely leads in scouts early on. We'll have to see how committed either player is. It's game 1, right? Like, we can go into the standard. It's a best of 5. What builds do they want to show? Kind of things. But I think game one, you're kind of feeling out the series a little bit, and you're probably not playing your most comfortable Civ. I'd imagine most players would pick that either down a game or if they're feeling comfortable against their opponent. So,
Okay,
yeah,
let's do the
barracks from
barrack.
both
We can
sides,
see.
but
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, but it's a scout. No, it's a scout for DauT, but he has Villese on goal already. No, it's Archie range, but he's not mining goal. Whoa. So he's going skirmishers then. It's surprising. He's going for the safe approach, DauT. The scouts is risky, like I was telling you. And then he want to go skirmishes, but I don't see Villese doing yet anything at all. Oh my god. What is he doing? Okay, Archie range for now. Yeah, well, Winter, these games are crucial. It's win or go home. So the players are probably going to start, and I'm not surprised, going to start a little bit slow.
Yeah, like I was mentioning, that nice, safe first match. Neither player taking a big risk on some sort of all-in strategy. And I'm a little surprised. Like, DauT is opening up with horse collar right off the bat, so that kind of tells the story. Like, spending any resources on that. He wants to get started farming, and farming usually indicates we're not going to be attacking this moment. So,
yeah, and he's starting already. He has only one lumber camp for now, which is also tricky for his economy. The building, Winter, look how he put the building. Well, you want to get in another position, you know, like this is kind of weird how he did the archery range. Instead of put on a side, he put in the north of the barrack. You know what I mean? And it's awkward to see it like this to farmers. But then the problem with the Mongols, I mean, Mongols are very famous to have a fast opening, to try some aggression from there. Then after that, they don't have any bonus economy. So after that, it's going to be complicated that he's doing some damage to Vietnamese that has a better archers and also Imperial skirmishes in later game.
It looks like both of them are kind of holding their hand close to their chest. Like, DauT, I don't know if Villese has been able to scout the gold, because he sees the garrison flag, right? But he can't tell if that's skirmishers or not. He may, if he was able to scout the gold, he may have noticed it. Yeah, I don't know how recently that was, but it is kind of, I actually, is he just expecting the archers out of Vietnamese? He's not going to be disappointed. Here they come. DauT, a step ahead, I think, but we'll see if it transitions into anything.
Yeah, and DauT is going very, very safe because he don't even have fletching. As you can see, he's coming out with the skirmishes. You can see how Villese has already fletching, but that many skirmishes, even without fletching, are going to hold completely against those archers. And then my question is, if he's still without fletching, it's definitely because he's trying to go Castlage as fast as possible. And DauT is just working completely on the economy. He don't even have Village on gold yet, and that's why his food resources, it's pretty high at the moment.
Yeah, he's got 14 on wood. He's got 12 on food. He's just now starting towards gold. So this looks like feigned aggression with a castle, well, castle age behind, rather. Important to be clear with DauT. But, and already like 10, 15, well, 10 farms, and probably going to be adding some more. Yeah, it's just, he's covering for his, I'm not going to call it a fast castle. I'm going to call it a medium fast castle here. Like a lukewarm castle, and he's
Castlage
in his base.
Castlage as soon as possible, yeah. But can we check Mapu? Mapu is the observer. Can we check Mapu if DauT has explored the stable? Because that probably is why the skirmishers are going back. Let's put the fog of war from DauT, please. He can see the stable, so that's why DauT went immediately back, because now those skirmishes are obviously not going to do anything at all, but he has now the spear already there, and with the spear he might hold resources, Winter. It's very, very close to go up to Castlage. And then in Castlage is what I wonder what he's going to do. Cavarches, Knight, well, we don't know. It's quite early yet. But, man, they are playing extremely, extremely safe. I believe that this is because it's the first game, but a lot more aggression will happen during this series.
No, they just want us to have as much time casting together as possible. They know how much fun that is for the viewers. So shout out to these players for really doing such fan service here in Game 1. And Villese, I think, he's doing what he can. He knows he's been a little outmaneuvered with the skirmishers. The scouts are coming in, but scouts and a handful of, I guess, the fletching. The fletching is a bit of a difference because that extra range might help pick off villagers, even if the skirmishers are there. And, well, here we go.
Here we go with the action. There's gonna be one village down. I think DauT has been a little bit sloppy here because those skirmishes are gonna help, yes, but you don't want to lose now the economy. It's true that the transition to castle is just fantastic, amazing. Look how fast it is. It's gonna be in what? 19-minute castle is with all those units. It's just, well, I try to go fast castle without units, Winter, and maybe I get that time, but DauT with that population is already almost going to be in castle age, and then it's going to change quite a lot. But Villese, Winter, is gathering the resources. It's not going to last too long to go up.
Yeah, Villese, he's going for wheelbarrow before going up. So he has correctly recognized DauT is investing in his economy. You don't just make skirmishers. That's not your endgame strategy. So he knows what DauT is doing behind this. So I think Villese is booming a little harder in the feudal age. So that way when he gets to castle, he can focus more on unit production. Whereas DauT is going to have to add infrastructure and tech. He has no upgrades, or I believe he's finished fletching now. And all the extra production, and it looks like he's going to have enough for at least one more town center. We'll see where he ends up putting it. But DauT still has some build up to do, while Villese with a later castle, but a more well-rounded economy.
Yeah, well, we need to check what DauT transition going to do, because you mentioned about the TC, but DauT is well known to go cav archers. He might do that. Well, doesn't look like this. Why? He has only one archer range. Usually when you go cav archers, you want at least 2 or even 3, which is not the case. He's doing elite skirmishes and knights. Actually, it's also complicated to go cav archers against Vietnam because he's kind of counter with the skirmishers and, well, also archers as well. So he's trying now to go aggressive. For the first time, he's now trying to get the initiative. He's 4 villages behind, but remember that with wheelbarrow, it's like, well, pretty much just only 1 village different, because wheelbarrow take the time of 3 villages to be researched. And now, as you mentioned, TC, he's seen that he's going for the safe approach, some good economy, and obviously you have now counter units, skirmishers on the field.
Yeah. DauT says, you give me the whole map, but I only need the edge. As right now, he's locked himself into this little corner. He has plenty of resources to work with. I guess the skirmishers can... That is quite a sturdy wall there, but the farm's right behind it. This is... I have no idea what we're going to end up in the Castle Age. All I know right now is they've got boxing gloves on, and they're pulling their punches as well. And oh my god, what is this wall? Is there any way out of that? Or is he just... Yeah, well...
They're good.
I've never seen something quite like this.
Well, I call these players good architecture, you know, because, man, they do a great job like this. Another thing with those buildings, he will never... Oh my god, the TC also at the edge of the map. You can make farmers out of the map. What the hell is that town center? Okay, that's the most safest player has seen DauT ever, man. Look at the town center he did. Well, you notice with this kind of gameplay, Winter, that they are playing for a lot and they are feeling the pressure for sure.
He's planning very far into the future. In 10 to 15 minutes, he will have chopped through all of that wood. And then, what is the obvious way to raid his base? Through the back. Boom. Town center. DauT way ahead of you. So,
I look at now the houses.
You can't go around the back if there is no back.
Yeah, look at now those houses he's doing. How is affect to, I mean, because you mainly has been in StarCraft 2, but as a pro player, when you are in these kind of moments, even if someone like DauT got that experience, this might be pressure. They might feel the tension because the top 8 is the minimum DauT want to be in this tournament, for example.
Yeah, this is a very common game 1 situation. In StarCraft 2 as well, you don't want to go down a game because you took a big risk. I don't think either of these players are as we'd call, pretty cheesy. DauT is definitely a little more creative, I guess, in how he goes about the game, but that doesn't mean he's relying on, like, early game all-ins, right? So, This is the comfort zone. I bet both players, when they're playing just on the ladder matchmaking, their comfort zone is 3 TC and 80, 90, 100 bills before really laying on the aggression, if they get the opportunity.
Yeah, and you can see how even losing already, DauT has lost already 3 villages, but he is still 10 villages ahead. That only tells how well he set up his economy right now. It's true that he doesn't have wheelbarrow, he doesn't have bozo. His opponent has wheelbarrow, bozo, so he has to be really careful, because even if you got more villages, you know that sometimes the village numbers is kind of tricky. We see now how he's chasing those archers, he's doing now ballistic, and yeah, DauT has a better army, but now Villese is coming through the right side and gonna kill more villages. And if DauT is not reacting fast, he's gonna lose quite a lot. He lost to Villese more, Mr. Winter.
Crossbows finding an opportunity. Trees not blocking the shots there. Skirmishers not well known for their effectiveness against plated knights. A few crossbows. The Lion even trying to get on the action, trying to see who's the real king of the desert here. But the skirmishers are not the game-ending unit. Like, the skirmishers can counter the crossbows, but Villese just has more knights. I'm not sure where. DauT has more knights on the field. Oh no, that's not right. No, he's got 6 knights. I was looking the wrong way. Yeah,
No, it's looking bad.
More knights
It's
is
looking
better
bad
than
for
less
DauT.
knights. That's my analysis. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but just look these numbers now. The population difference is now insane. Villese has 18 army more overall, with a lot of crossbows, only 3 skirmishes. DauT is going for the safe approach and is not working. Now Villese, with only 2 TCs, now the 3rd TC on the field, is doing chain in armor, and Villese is playing this like a book, man. Like a real book that he studied last night.
Like
and
a
he's
book
just,
about winning.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly, man. Because right now, look at the population difference. It's started to be insane. And only 3 villages different, which is not even that, because he got wheelbarrow. So now the economy lead is much bigger for Villese, in my opinion. As well. Damn.
I'm. Oh, the Lion made it all the way. Made it all the way to the town center, but. Yeah, I'm not sure where DauT is going to find his way out of this, as he just has less units, less villagers. He's already in his base. The villager difference is well, the villager count is about even, but like you said, the eco upgrades are most of the.
Not only that, Winter, look at the knight's upgrade for DauT. None, no bloodlines, no skill bar in armor. I mean, not a single upgrade for DauT. I really don't know what he's doing in this game, because right now has 5 army, his opponent 28, and well, it's true that Villese is losing the knights, but who cares? He still have 21 archers, 6 knights. DauT need a miracle to come back in this game.
Well, DauT is making monks, because if you can't beat them, hire them, is, I guess, one strategy you can use here. But I don't think it's particularly reliable when there are already archers. Yeah, this is the downside of walling off right outside your TC, is you've just kind of created a death box for the archers to shoot in for target practice.
Yeah.
If he had ballistics, it'd be even easier. But,
Winter, he just cornered himself. I mean, he cannot go out of this area. He's doing now the siege war shot, but he is still now 5 villages behind with the wheelbarrow as well, his opponent. That monk is the only pretty much army he has. 2 monks, 2 skirmishes against 23 archers and 4 knights. Well, it's paying off to be extremely defensive.
I think I'm going to borrow a classic StarCraft phrase here, and we should be seeing GG any second, as right now, the villagers, it's a little painful to watch, I'll admit.
Yeah. It's
there
crazy.
are no units, and DauT is just bleeding out from every angle. As even if he gets a couple mango shots in, I don't see that turning the tide here.
GG, man. GG call. GG call. And this was a kinda, I have to say, I'm not gonna hype or lie to the viewers ever. In my opinion, a little bit disappointed game, because we expect a lot for DauT from everyone, but in my opinion, too defensive, Winter. And being too defensive, it didn't work. Even more with a supposed to be aggressive civilization like Mongols.
It felt like he maybe got a step ahead of it. He went so many steps ahead of Villese that he kind of was ahead of himself. Like going skirmishers to counter archers, okay, that's a big brain move, right? But like, what next? It felt like there was no follow-up past the I'm going skirmishers in the castle. There was no decisive I'm going to go knights or cav archers, because he didn't really have any upgrades, right? He kind of just had castle, but what are you going to do with it? A couple town centers aren't going to solve everything against someone as competent as his opponent. So, I mean, we're talking about DauT the whole time, but he played great. Like, he did exactly what he needed to do. He never lost any villagers for no reason. Like, he wasn't bleeding out. He just kind of sat back, realized he had time to get eco ups and then just produced units and overran DauT. Like, he played great. Let's not blame DauT for this. Let's give some credit where credit is due.
That's also true. And honestly, one of the best combinations for Arabia and in general for the game is knights and crossbows. This is exactly the combination Villese got. Because if you ask any of the pro players, what do you prefer, knight crossbows or knight skirmishes? The answer is clear. You know, it is really, really clear. And honestly, being 1 minute and a half is lower than your opponent in castle, it doesn't really matter if there's a much better economy going. What I wonder is what DauT is going to pick now, because now he's forced to win the next game, or he's going to be in a position that he didn't want to be. Look at those civilizations. He got quite a lot of nice civs, but Villese as well.
Well, I mean, he should know that it's always possible to come back from down 2-0. So, we'll have to see if that's where we end up with DauT. I think you go for... This is when you pick your best civ. Probably on both sides. I don't know what DauT would consider his best civ, but something kind of... Even if it's straightforward, that doesn't mean it can't work, like Britons or something. It looks like they're contemplating very close.
Winter, even the webcam doesn't know what he wants to pick, because now the webcam is back. Now the webcam is back. Let's see. I mean, he got a lot of experience. He has been in this situation before, and now he's gonna face Villese with game number 2. What civilizations? He got some really strong civilizations. Byzantines, that is a civilization that I think is underrated, has been, well, a huge success in the tournament. I think they have a really big ratio wins in the tournament. I think they are really underrated. Love it.
I think they get overshadowed by a lot of other cavalry civs. Like, there's a lot of picks, like Burgundians, Franks, the Lithuanians as well can play cavalry, so we will see going forward.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh, Hans and Khmer. Okay, so this is game number 2 with DauT and Villese. And look how close they are. I was about to check the minimap. Look, Winter, how close they are with crazy, a classic civilization like Hans. I prefer Hans here. Khmer is very snowball civilization, but Hans are Hans, Mr. Winter. It's how I explain this civ. Hans are Hans.
Huns are one of the first... When I started playing, it's like, well, I don't have to build houses. That's like half of RTS games just out the window. I can focus entirely on killing my opponent. And when my opponent is less than a third of the way across the map because of RNGesus giving DauT a bit of a hand on this one, I think. I definitely favor DauT in this. Just the civ picks. All right, I'm sure Villese is going to figure that out pretty quick as well. Wow, that's quite a statistic there. 72% for Huns versus Khmer. What do you think, man?
Well, it's just give you an idea of what I was telling you. Like, Hans is really nice pick against this one. I think Khmer is kind of tricky to play. We have been co-captain also with the expert, and they also admit that it's a little bit tricky. Why? Because since you don't need to make a barrack to make the stables or to go up any buildings, you usually don't want to build a barrack to get the bonus, and save that wood. But then if your opponent is coming with a scout and a spears and you go scout yourself, how would you counter that with her? It's so tricky. So Khmer is kind of a weird pick. Let's go.
I think a lot of the Khmer bonuses, they build up over time. Like, you got your farms automatically returning. You've got a lot of the scorpion-based upgrades later on. But I have a feeling this game is not going to be nearly as passive as the last one, and almost none of the Khmer upgrades really kick in until at least closer to castle. So if he figures out how to defend the aggression, I think he's good to go. And I think there's a lot of possibility to wall off, even though he's relatively close to DauT here, as he's got a nice line between his berries and his TC and his gold that, if he's focused on it, can easily keep out the scouts, but he has to realize how quickly they could be in his base.
Yeah, let's zoom out a little bit, Villese map, Mr. Map, and we can check the map a little bit, or for DauT, doesn't matter. We're gonna check both. It's fine. Gold in front, you can see berries at the back, wood at the back. But as you mentioned, Winter, how you wall this, you need to go aggressive. you just really need to go aggressive. Let's go and check now Villese map and see, because the goal, I think, is in a better position. Yeah, it is. I mean, on the left, not so far from the town center for Villese, with wood in front, wood at the back. The berries are in front, which is not great. It's definitely not great. And he's with 3 villages on wood, probably both going to scouts. And DauT, that's the problem when they are that close, Winter. Look where DauT is exploring. Use the opposite side where Villese is. You know? The opposite.
Yeah, well, I mean, he expects his opponent to be across the map. What a fool DauT is by expecting such things. But let's say he's got a house right next to his berries. He can garrison in there against any sort of the early scout aggression, which is one of those like little bonuses you kind of forget about until it becomes very relevant, especially in that feudal aggression phase of the game. So we'll see if that ends up finding any use. But we've got feudal for both sides. I think we're going to be seeing likely scouts for both sides. Who do you think comes out on top of that, man?
Well, I believe that what we were talking should be the hands, but also the walls that already Villese it's adding. I don't know if you know and if you are aware about the last patch in Age of Empires. The last patch in the Age of Empires 2, it brings that the palisades are not only weaker, now they are easier to break, but also they are, well, more expensive. It was costing 1 tile, 2 wood, now it's 3. So it's basically, well, much more expensive in total, you know. It might sound that it's little, but if you're walling a lot, you can have a lot less economy, and they are weaker, much weaker. You know, they have -2 melee armor. The houses, for example, in Dark Age, -1 in Feudal Age. So they really break super fast. So I really believe that if you are not walling and you go really aggressive like his DauT should go, or those short walls. I like the walls DauT is doing, you know, walling those resources, not the big walls. You know.
Villese already setting up his potential quick walls as well. The palisade increase, I think it really underlines, especially this, the King of the Desert version of Arabia. You're supposed to be fighting with units, not cowering behind your walls. A king is not a coward, but instead a bold, aggressive creature who comes across the map and murders as many of the enemy as possible. So thankfully, this game, we're going to see a little bit more of that, I think.
No, it should be. I mean, we have seen the previous game. I'm sorry to tell you, because the previous game has been probably one of the most passive game in the tournament, you know, if not the most, you know. So we should see a lot more action. Now we see how DauT is not even walling, while Villese is walling absolutely everything. But here we come the problem. He shouldn't be able to wall that area. Why? Because of the spear. The spear here generates just, well, all the initiative for DauT. And DauT should go aggressive and take there, and don't let him wall.
Yeah, there's plenty of time to stop him from walling here. It's going to have to be just quick walls out of Villese. The scout-on-scout action, the thing is scouts usually move about the speed of a scout. So as long as DauT is outmaneuvering him or pushes him away with spears, then he's going to have to keep playing catch-up. So you kind of find this odd scenario where both players just go for the other base and see who can control the chaos a little more. The villagers are not useless against scouts, but obviously that's not a fight they want to take unless they have to. The quick walls are great here. Like he's kind of crushing it with these wood lines. You might be able to get through with the spears, but so far Villese is handling it with a calm, collected defense.
Has to be really careful, obviously. Yeah. But I was about to say that you have to be careful about the overchopping. The problem is that now Villese is trying to counterattack. Good thing that Villese is doing already archer range, but he has no goal. What that means that if he's going to make just one archer, only that archer can make it. And skirmishes against scout spears not gonna work too well. So DauT need to make the damage here. DauT is working much differently with the previous game, and he's trying to put the aggression, but Villese as well, and he has 5 scout there. The first that he's getting a hole on his base, it can be a total disaster, Mr. Winter. A total disaster. And I smell that a hole will happen on DauT base. I don't know why.
Are those built? Yeah, he half built some of those palisades, giving him an option later on, adding on some more farms. It is a little bit of an awkward scenario with everyone's units running around their enemy base while they stare each other down right outside the walls. A bit of an awkward mechanic that I learned coming into Age of Empires too. But this is the way to do it. It's a lot cheaper. Even though Villese, he still has spent the wood on all those palisades on the left side, which is not an inconsequential amount, especially in this early stage. It looks like, and I say this knowing that missed wall in the wrong spot means the game could just end. It looks like neither player going to take significant damage from this, but there are still plenty of scouts on the field.
Ooh, now it can be. DauT has to be careful. DauT is going to lose some villager. I think there's going to be one villager down. Maybe not. No. He's not losing. He has to be really, really careful because he's surrounding an area that is completely exposed. The problem is that now Villese will have time to wall. And you know what, Winter? Khmer being wall is one of the most dangerous civilizations because the bonus, it's getting closer and closer to start to make an impact into the game, because when you get so many farms is when you see, look at the food. The food income from Villese is start to be insane, even if he's creating, well, even forging. He's doing the uppers already for his scouts. This is dangerous for DauT.
Yeah, I don't think he's willing to give up the initiative here, but not paying attention. One of the villagers, a little vulnerable, the berries. There you go. What a save. Gets into the house. It's always a little weird, like you build houses for your villagers, but they can't go inside. That's a little depressing. But Khmer, giving that opportunity for everyone to have a quick tour whenever they're about to be murdered by the Huns. Yeah.
Well, it's still sitting, but it's idle. It still is, but it's idle. And you can see how DauT has 4 seconds idle TC, Villese 41. Is why DauT is almost 2 villages ahead already without killing. So all this matter, the multitasking is now being better. And now we see feudal aggression. Winter, we see bloodlines on the field. We see fortune already for Villese. And complete different game to the previous one. It still didn't get any big engagement, but I really believe that when it happens, it can be game decider because they have a lot of units. The problem, I insist, DauT is full open. Villese, it's gonna be full wall, not fully wall, but you know what I mean. I mean, he has to go all around, and this is so many units right now on the field.
Well, both players are now getting bloodlines. It's going to be continued aggression with +1 cavalry armor coming in for DauT, but at the same time, there's fletching and +1 melee for Villese. So the upgrades kind of even out. The wall just now completed, though. The scouts could probably bring it down pretty quick. He doesn't really want to just focus on that. It comes down to micro. There's no clear winner here without knowing what the position of the fight will be.
Yeah, the thing is that the scout got bloodlines for both players. He got 12 scout, 10 scout, but the big problem is it's starting to be a dangerous amount of farces with fletching. And now he's coming. DauT, you need to wall. DauT, you need to wall. He's coming there. You need to make a small wall, but this is a second stable. He's going full scout like in the old times. Winter! I'm playing this game for so long, and I want to see full feudal battles, but they still not taking any battle. With so many units, minute 18 is still KD 0-0. But when it's gonna change, and very, very fast, you know? It's gonna change so fast and gonna lose everything, Mr. Winter.
You keep saying that. I'll believe it when I see it. Getting a little closer now. Oh, first blood. Oh.
There you go. There you go.
I'm not sure who got finally. It, but their units dying. Chaos, butchery, massacre.
DauT kill all. DauT kill all.
Happening.
DauT kill everything in this battle. DauT killed just everything, and look at the economy. The Lord, like people love to call him, is just taking quite so many. But Villese killed 3 villages, and my question is worth it to kill 3 villages when you lose all the army? I mean, even 4? My answer is clear. No. Look at that. It's up to Castle Age. And with all the army now. So, who has the advantage, Winter?
I don't think it's in doubt anymore. At this point, that went horribly. I really didn't think it would be that one-sided. That was a Mobius strip right there. Like,
oh, he's open! He's open!
Oh my God, the traitor!
Oh my God! Yeah. He's going in! And now can you wall that? He can kill everything now. If he find another, and that's cool. That's opening the woodline. He's opening the woodline. Go there and you take everything, man. Let's see if DauT is gonna go just to the woodline and use kill all, and this might be the 1-1, amigo.
Yeah, that is an absolute disaster. Wow, it looks like you at least be able to keep the scouts out, but the one villager, how many times? I'm glad I got to see this happen, okay? Every time I do that, I feel like I'm the most horrible player in the world, but I have it on good authority that neither of these players are. So, that...
Now you feel better.
It happens.
You feel better now?
I do. Not for Villese, though. That was... Oh, God. I didn't watch his webcam. That was the opportunity. That was the opportunity to stare at the webcam and see his
Well, I
reaction
can tell
to
you
that.
something. Now, Winter, now that nobody listened to us, Villese, don't show reactions. We need to show maybe DauT, you know? Villese, don't show... I mean, it's true, man. What can I say? I mean, he's not moving any muscle. When he win, when he lose, he's not show any reaction, you know? So, it is what it is, you know? It's the truth. But, man, you see after all this destruction, Villese is still 2 villages ahead, but without army. GG Cole, 1-1. Whoa! Oh my God! But you see what I like with these games, Winter? Completely different gameplay with the previous one. And look at this. Like Villese is a player that if you don't put aggression on him, he feels so comfortable and he has perfect mechanics. If you put the pressure like DauT did right now, you saw what happened.
He kind of choked a little bit, to be honest. That's what it looked like. That fight, I don't know what went wrong. There was a lot going on in there in that chaotic melee, but DauT
The
crushed
spears.
it. It didn't even look like he was microing that. Well, yeah, I guess spears
Winter,
made all the difference.
The spears. It was like 2-3 spears, different with some heal advantage to DauT, and those spears just kill half of the scout, because if you don't kill them, they are still killing there. They are small, you don't see them properly, and the spears just take everything.
That was a whole lot of foreplay there as we led up into that massive battle, and then the game, and then of course leaving the gate open, which is I don't know how much longer the game could have gone on, but that definitely expedited the process into Game 3. Make no mistake on that. I thought for a second it might be a massive brain move of like trapping the scouts in because he had quick walls on everything. Not quite. Not quite. You usually don't want 12 scouts in your base with no units to defend. So 1-1.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, 1-1. We get... I mean, honestly, for the series, for the game, you want a 1-1, Winter. I don't want a 2-0. You know, 1-1, now 2-1, 2-2, and then decider. That's the ideal scenario to see those great games. Hopefully, guys, you enjoy with the stream with Mr. Winter. That is our first cast together, and hopefully you enjoy as we do. Winter, Sicilians versus Byzantines is the next. We know now the civilizations. They just... Oh my God! Look at Winter, professional, with the same background that me.
I thought it was cozy. So
you were cold,
I like
and you need it, right? Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wait. So we're professional, guys. You see, we're professional. We have the same background and everything, you know. But Winter, I know that you have some surprise. I think you could put right now the background we were talking, the most professional background that you got it. This is lovely, guys. Seriously, this background is pure Age of Empires, you know? Don't tell me that you don't love this background.
Do you want to know the source of this? This was me waiting in a 4v4 queue for Empire Wars on Microsoft Paint. So, like, the builds that come out of that was I really liked... We haven't yet seen a trebuchet, nor a castle, but optimistically, we have seen... Wait, there are no boars either, so... Really, this is more a stylized interpretation of King of the Desert 4, but I'm looking forward to seeing hopefully some of these things as we go forward. Did you say Sicilians versus Byzantines? I will straight up say I have no idea how that's going to go. Those are two civilizations I am not very familiar with at all.
Well, I can tell you. Then so Sicilians, we shall see... In Sicilian, we should see maybe some castles if they go for castles, because remember that they build castles 100% faster. Like, if you put 6 villages, you're going to build a castle in 5 seconds or 10 seconds maximum.
5 seconds?
It's super fast. No, I mean, maybe I exaggerate, you know, but it's super fast. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk now about Sicilians versus Byzantines. Honestly, Sicilians is great because they reduce the bonus for the opponent civilization by a 50%. So, if, for example, DauT is going to scout, the spears, if Villese is going to scout, the spears from DauT only affect 50% to the scout, and like this with all the counter units. So Sicilians is so popular and dangerous civilization, but Byzantines, with almost all the trans units 25% cheaper, it's just an amazing one. And with that transition to Imperial 33% cheaper, we have seen some crazy games. And in this map that is very aggressive, Winter, he can go full 1-2 TCs, and probably Byzantines doesn't need anything else.
Yeah, I think, and I hope this will be our most advanced game so far. Maybe not necessarily the passive experience that we had in game 1, but instead, wait, what is going on with? Oh, he's goat scouting. All right, the mini map was exciting me for a second, and then I see a bunch of goats coming in. But with these two civilizations, the Sicilians and their flexibility, and then the Byzantines with obviously their later game potential, I hope we get to realize it. We've now had the passive 15-minute, almost no rush situation, and then we've had the full scouts experience. I think it's time to settle down and have a nice, solid macro game.
Yes, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Anyway, map. We have got, in this King of the Desert for Arabia, guys, a lot of different map generations. This one might be considered one of the closer or safest one, because you have 4 woodlines not very far from the TC, as you can see from Villese, but terrible goal position. Winter goal, all in front, berries in front, not great. So he really need to go army or he's gonna suffer.
Yeah, I like the wall-off potential as long as you do maybe put a tower or something, one of those donjons on the gold. I'm not sure how popular they are in the early game, because obviously any stone expenditure is painful, even if you do start with a little bit extra. DauT also has those 4 wood, obviously, as map generation is supposed to do. But he's got his gold out in front, but I'd say it's a little more protected, and his additional resources are in a much safer location as time goes on as well.
Yeah, well, we see one on the right, one on the left goal, the stone also on the right. We see a secondary goal, or the third goal, yeah, at the back also for Villese in the mini-map. But, he's gonna lame we didn't see yet a lame or a single attempt. But, no, the elephant is close, and we might see... okay, he can lame. He's gonna lame the villager. We're gonna try to block it. No, it's not gonna be any lame. And we see how Villese is already building the barrack. Is that a pre-mill rush, or he made the mill already? Can we focus on Villese base, Mr. Mapu? He's a pre-mill rush. A completely different opening now, Mr. Winter, and taking now a lot more risk, Villese here, with those potential 2 at least militias.
Yeah, a good old-fashioned rush. As going straight to the militia, hasn't added any gold. No intention right now to go up towards feudal, but instead put any damage and pressure. He wants to do what DauT was doing to him last game somewhat, but even earlier on, just keeping the pressure on, forcing him to make mistakes. Because what was it? Villese had like 40, at least 2 villagers at idle time, just because the scout pressure was so stressful and maybe forced him to halt his production a bit. And this is the quickest version of that doesn't involve just pulling all your villagers.
Yeah, and we see how he's sending a new Drash that I cannot really explain to you quite a lot. Games open with Drash, look at Villese. It's not his usual. Games open with Drash, 17% of his games. So he's not
That
usually
seems
really
pretty
doing
high.
this strategy. You think it's high?
I mean, what is that? One in almost 5 games as a Drush. So that means in a best of 5 series, you're likely to see it at least once. That's
Okay,
almost how
I mean,
statistics work.
I have to make a quick stop. I have to make a quick stop because Load of the Legends just gift to the channel 100 subscribers. Like that one, even if I'm sorry if I'm not telling thank you to support, but 100 subscribers to the what the hell? I mean, okay, now
What
I
is
need
wrong
to.
with
I mean,
him? That's not even 200. No, the legend in the name.
the legend in the game. Yeah. Well, look at. Well, I don't know, but how can I keep casting now with 100 subscribers gift? Thank you, man. Sick, incredible, and sick. But I will try to focus in the game now. The defense by you're a troller, and I love that. I love that.
It is 200.
Go.
So.
It's 200 now? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. You got to keep up, Mem. All right. Like I know you're not as young
my
as you used to
goodness.
be, but
Okay. Well, now you can keep casting. I can't. No, I can't do it. I can't do it.
all right.
The defense from DauT, super effective, as you can see. And Laura the Legend, I mean, he's back again, man. He did it in King of the Desert 3, now in King of the Desert 4. Those militias, look at the quick walls. No, but he's fine. He's only 2 militias. He's losing a lot of HP. Yeah, DauT should be fine. That shouldn't do any damage.
Oh,
But the quick walls, okay. Well,
I'm
quick
not
walls,
locked
you know.
in here with you. The quick walls, more than enough
Well-
to drive them back. And this is some idle time on the village. We gotta look at both sides. Like the villagers, a lot of them not gathering resources. It's about as good of scouting as you can ever get here by just being in the base. So I don't think it was a great drush. It wasn't even a good drush, but it wasn't a total failure across the board, at least.
I mean,
On the
I
bright
completely agree with you. I completely agree with you because I think DauT overreacted even a little. He doesn't really need to check to follow that because it was really low HP and he kind of messed up his economy by a bit. Anyway, you can see how Villese is with 23 villages, DauT with 23, but they still open the players. The good thing here for DauT, he can now go and try to go fast and get the initiative because he got the army already on the field. So you need to go and push. Obviously, it's not super easy to push that early because you don't even have fletching. But what about now going forward? I don't like this, Winter. Now the players, it's true that the towers are much weaker now. But man, imagine, he was just feudal now. Byzantine's towers are also more HP. You put a tower on the goal. Tell me where's the goal for Villese?
Well,
No
I
goal.
think that's why he walled off in front. He's expecting some sort of aggression like that, but let's say understanding the counterattacks coming. I think it's a big commitment to go for anything stone related early on. You really undercut your ability to grow your economy in the Castle Age. I don't think DauT came into this wanting to do like all-in feudal aggression, and it looks like he's kind of not really turtling up, but he's falling back into his comfort zone, which is going to be walling off most of his base, working up likely soon towards Castle. He's got Wheelbarrow with 30 seconds out. Pretty early. He's at 26 vills getting Wheelbarrow. So, like, I don't think he's focused on aggression right now, man.
No. And also, as you mentioned, and with Byzantine, if you just spam a little bit of farming, but don't lose the initiative. The thing here is you can have the map control because there's 2 ways to have the map control, you know, with forward or with just military and controlling the map, you know, with having more units. And with Byzantines, you should have always more units than your opponent because they are simply cheaper, you know. So let's see if DauT can do the job. For now, he's fully walled, and he should feel with this kind of approach completely fine. So this is going to be probably for a much longer game, macro-oriented like you were talking, and in Castle Age.
And this, just to fall back to my StarCraft knowledge, this is actually how a lot of the longer StarCraft games go as well. Just a real-time strategy staple is if both players do some aggression early, neither of them is nearly in a position to do game-ending damage later. So that means they just kind of got to jockey for position while they build up their economy. And with a handful of skirmishers, which are good against skirmishers and not much else, that is where it leaves us. Both of them eco ups, 31 to 29 villagers for Villese here, but the eco upgrades go to DauT, so it kind of muddies the waters a little bit on that. I'd call it about even, with maybe a bit of an advantage to DauT, well, unless he loses all his skirmishers because of a major micro.
But look at the scout. Look at the scout, the massive damage that one scout is doing against the skirmishers. You know, one simple scout, since there is no minimum range for those, is doing quite a lot of damage. And if you check that scout, we can see the statistic with Capture H. You know, how many units killed that scout? 4 units alone, and all the damage he did in others, because now Capture H, Winter, it show you every unit how many kills did itself. So you can see it's fantastic. 4 units kill already. Only the scout.
Yeah, and you start with a scout. Didn't have to spend any food on that one.
Yeah.
The skirmishers not getting nearly as much done. He's bought 10, 12 skirmishers by now. And that's it's not a game-changing number, but DauT is still able to stay on the map entirely because of, well, my name for scouts is Horsicus. Horsicus the Bold, who always runs into enemy town centers and dies. But Thankfully, DauT didn't do that, and it's really paying off for him right now.
Yeah, well, we see also how Villese has already 19 farmers. Remember that those Sicilian farmers give you, with horse collar, give you double the food, those farmers, which is a great addition to the economy. And now he's doing the market. I don't know if DauT did the market already because he could go up to Castlage. But he's not doing it. And I believe that Villese is going to buy now some food. He has no market. I don't know why, because he could be up. He has 500. You can see how Villese buy the food and going up Castle is faster than his opponent. And this is what DauT didn't want, to give the initiative, because now in Castle Age, all that army that DauT got, Winter, is useless.
I think DauT kind of fallen into the trap of just tunnel visioning a bit. Focusing entirely on the micro here. 350 gold is enough to fill in a lot of your upgrades as you go up towards the Castle Age, but being a little bit behind, both players, well, DauT is banking 500 wood right now. He's easily going to have TCs 2 and 3 if he wants to slap them down, whereas Villese, I think, optimistically may have 1, or maybe he's just going to start unit production immediately as we go up to Castleman.
Yeah, well, he's doing Bloodlines already. And the problem here is that how do you counter now those knights? As I told you, they get the bonus. They get the bonus from their opponents. So the camels, Byzantines usually don't have, well, they are weaker camels because they don't have bloodlines. The camels are not really the greatest there. So, what?
Yeah, I think what you're trying to say, I want to interrupt you for a second, because right now this scout here is a legend, but not as much of a legend as Lawler the Legend, who is just adding on to his legendary status. I think you might want to talk about that for a second.
What I wanted to say is that he gifted another 100 subs. Like, I mean...
Oh, don't sound so excited, man.
No, I mean, I'm speechless, man. I mean, I'm super excited, but he's incredible, man. Don't troll me. I'm right now speechless, man. Jesus, you know? I mean, you don't know how to react, you know? But now I will try to focus in the game one more time. And really... this Sicilian civilization, Winter, it's so awkward to play against, because what army you pick if you are DauT here? Because maybe camels is the wrong choice, and you need knights as well. I don't know, but he's doing camels.
He's got camels, but he's also got Bodkin on the way, so he does want to go down that road. He's got a dozen skirmishers to work with, so I don't know if it's just for the skirmishers or if he's going to be adding on some archers of his own. I don't really think of Byzantines as the archer civilization, but I mean, you already have the upgrades. It's just eco upgrades, though, almost across the board. A second TC for Villese, a second TC for DauT. They're both kind of incrementing out these Castle Age units. But neither, I don't see a siege workshop halfway across the map. There's no castle coming across either, so still just continued but escalated aggression with the early Castle Age here.
Yeah, but he's breaking now. I don't know if he should let that happen. Those knights are going to be dangerous. Still his wall. He got good amount of camels and monks. I think Winter... DauT has a Node army to counter here, and the monks are key here. The monks are really, really great. Addition, he converted the knight, and converting the knight, another TC on top of that. And whoa, another TC also almost in the middle of the map. Well, did you wanted a macro game and maybe some Imperial battles and some castles? I think we're going to have a long game here, Mr. Winter.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. That monk spitting the holy bars that convince the knights to join the correct side, and neither of them can really do critical damage to each other. I'm looking to see where any of the additional resources are. Probably the riskiest ones are where Villese is already getting his town center, that forward gold, which is going to be a massive pain to hold on to if he doesn't establish it now. Like, maybe at some point we'll see a castle near the high ground, near the monastery area as well, to hold down that position. And then, dare I say the words Imperial?
Yeah.
So far, we haven't even
Don't say, Winter,
All
because
right.
if we say, exactly, if we say maybe it's not happening. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, nobody is mining a stone. We're still going with some crazy games. Well, in front of us, we have only 2 games, and we have already going on the way to 5,000 viewers, Mr. Winter Gaming. So hopefully it's gonna be even more. And don't forget, guys, that you put exclamation mark co-caster, and well, there is there. Now the bot is crazy because of Loader the Legend, but you can follow also Winter Gaming. He also has the YouTube channel.
Now.
But I think, yeah, not now. Later, when he's online. Well, they can follow now.
I'm a little busy
they can follow
at
now.
the moment.
Yeah, they can follow now, and then watch when you are live as well in your channel. But population, though, it's the same Villese. It reminds me a little bit the first game, but it's completely different army composition. I think now DauT is doing more army as well. He has quite a lot of camels. Those camels without any upgrades. The Knights is still with +1 and Bloodlines. Husbandry on the way too. Well, he got already. And I think those camels will need some more upgrades. Monks, DauT got already 1 relic. He's setting up really great for the Imperial. And the good thing with the Byzantines Winter is that with 300 more food, well, now not because he's doing more and more army, but you go Imperial really fast with Byzantines. And that can be a game change in this one.
Yeah, Imperial Age has access to all... I mean, there are no castles right now, so trebuchets aren't that required, but just the additional upgrades, like any of the attack and defense upgrades that can change these massive fights where so much damage is coming out so quickly, as well as the unit tier 3 upgrades as well, is really what Imperial gives access to. And maybe the eco ups, but those are definitely not as high a priority. We got handcart. We got +1 melee attack. I bet +2 is going to start pretty soon behind that. Still, no castles. I guess on a map so open as this version of Arabia, there's a lot of ground to cover, and castles don't move very fast. And that might be why we're seeing such a lack of the static defense in favor of massive unit production. What do you think?
But Winter, about this, look at the amount of village on a stone for Villese. DauT is still not on a stone, and I think it's a big mistake with Byzantines, and I wouldn't be surprised that he's coming forward and put a castle on his face, and that can be disaster, because now he's starting to have quite a lot of farming. It's true that DauT has a lot of farming too, but remember the bonus, the camels are not that effective, and if he's doing Knights +2, those Knights +2, and he's doing right now the +2, he's gonna eat the camels. Remember what I'm telling you. He's gonna eat the camels, and he's coming now with the Villese for the castle. The castle is gonna be on his face, and DauT is gonna be in a problem. It's true that he's about to go up to Imperial, but he has to be careful. Those camels are strong. Oh my god, he converted to Knights. That's massive, Winter. Really, really important.
Yeah, the Holy Wars,
big battle.
The Holy Wars have begun. The camels on top of everything, looking for a good concave. The skirmishers trying to snipe the monks in the back. Both sides flipping... There are camels and knights on both sides, despite neither of them producing both units. The villagers are just putting that castle up together, and like you said, just building it. Wow, that was ridiculous. You were, I thought 6 seconds sounded ridiculous, but that was not much more than 6 seconds. Man.
Exactly, man. I mean, and now, what I told you about the army, look how many lost there for DauT. KD, 17 kills, Byzantines, 30 losses. He need a lot more upgrades. He got not a single armor. He's on the way to Imperial. Yes, Mapo, I know, and who cares? Because he has a castle on his face, and now he need the bomber cannons or whatever to counter this, because there is no stone to make a castle, and, you are in Imperial, but how you are counter-attack all this? Not easy. Not easy.
Before that all started, it was about 40 to 25 military. That's what we saw. 40 to 25 was the situation. In favor of DauT. Now, it's even. It's 2020, and look at the units here. He's got a Mangonel, he's got Knights getting into the base,
he clicked on the village!
Town center.
He clicked on the village, but it's a mistake. He clicked on the village still. He kill out his... Oh my god, now you need to move those villages. He's losing so many villages now in that TC. You need to convert some of the knights. I don't know. I don't know what is gonna happen now. It's gonna be in Imperial, but Winter in Imperial, and he is still without an army to counter. He's doing a TC in the middle of nowhere, and well, let's see what DauT is going to do. He's coming again with those camels, but the castle is there, and those camels will just die. There's a pause. They feel the pressure, man. I feel the pressure, and I'm in casting, Mr. Winter. I told you, man, these Sicilians. Yeah.
This is...
Do you think it's a tactical pause?
I don't know what it is. I'm throwing that. Well, okay, they're ready to go. Bit of a lag
Yeah, yeah,
spike,
yeah.
but now we're ready for the action. The town center taking a lot of damage. Imperial going to be kicking in, but what Imperial upgrades can he be looking forward to that are really going to turn the tide? He doesn't even have a castle to build trebs to deal with the castles sitting right on his front lawn right now. So, as things progress at whatever speed they end up doing so, it looks like Villese is going to maintain map control.
I mean, with those camels now, he's still not with the +2. He has 1 monk. I think this is good amount of farming. Yes, the castle is still there. Man, those knights are insane. You need to go back. You need to wait for the upgrades. Did you see how he was going to lose a lot? I mean, those knights are just so good. Really, really so good. And look at now Villese economy, Winter. He doesn't have the timing, but he has 20 villages more. He's about to go up to Imperial. Seems to have all the map control, and he is on the way to Imperial. DauT need to kill that castle as soon as possible, or he's in a big problem. And he's not controlling the units. Let's focus in front, please. He need to kill those mangonels. He will kill. He's taking the relic. He need to kill those knights.
What?
And he can't kill the knights. Man! He lose the monk. He lose everything. DauT is not controlling anything at all right now, Mr. Winter.
I don't know what went wrong there, but like, DauT went up to Imperial, and what did he research with Imperial? Nothing.
Now
He had nothing.
Now he's
just now starting his heavy camels, and he's adding on. Is that +2 armor or
+4?
+3?
That's +4.
Right.
That's +4.
+4 is where it ends up.
Yeah.
So he's getting these upgrades, but he wasn't able to get them with Imperial. So now all the lead that he had from getting Imperial quicker is about to evaporate as Villese, he's got 20 more vills. He's got about equal military, but it is definitely a more effective equal military here. Losing the mangonels.
Yeah.
That was
true that.
sloppy.
Yeah, it's true that now the timing, this is good. This is really good for DauT. This is really good for DauT because now he's recovering quite a lot of this village advantage. You know, he's raiding his opponent and he has the timing. Those are heavy camels with the +4. He's killing quite a lot of village, so now it's not a big difference anymore. But you don't want to lose those camels against the TC. DauT, you don't want to lose those camels against the TC. Thank you. He's moving now. And, he need to push back his opponent, or he will be in a big problem. It's true that now with Byzantines you can spam units very, very cheap, and he also have 2 relics. So maybe this timing in Imperial, it can pay it off. Because right now, Villese, look at the resources in the bank, Winter. Pretty much nothing at all.
Yeah, they're both spending everything they can. He doesn't really have anything, like I was saying, for DauT. Villese's on the other end of that now. He doesn't have the ability to get those upgrades. The camels are incredibly effective now, and without the critical mass of knights, he can't actually fight them. The camels are designed to fight the knights. And DauT, even though there's the castle in his face, I think Villese is suffering from a bit of the tunnel vision, trying to go straight down the center and ignoring the sides.
Yeah, but now there is a complicated situation here for DauT. He's doing Cavaliers. The Cavaliers are just brutal if he's doing the Castle Ave upgrade they have. I even forgot the name of the upgrade, but it gives you +6, +4, you know? A brutal upgrade. That's First Crusade, oh my god. First Crusade with 5-ton centers.
It's
you know
time
this
for
that
a
upgrade?
crusade!
Oh my god, it's gonna be
what are you
insane.
doing? Oh my.
Well, that can really kill, but I'm telling you something. DauT got one of the best civilizations to counter First Crusade. If he's doing few cataphracts, he eat them all. Because the cataphracts are the perfect counter. Even if they are not elite, he has to be careful. And just look at the population now for Villese. Instantly 200. Ridiculous.
God. Instantly popping out those sergeants. The ranking system in the Sicilian army is shattered right now as everyone's a sergeant. There are no... You saying cataphracts. Yeah, great. He has 0 right now, and it's not going to take that long for these sergeants to come across the map. He's got more in production, but 190, it is 51 to 41 military. I will say that is a little closer than I thought it was going to be when the First Crusade finished up. But DauT's production has kind of skyrocketed, and this has become the macro game I wanted. I'm excited now.
Yeah, and I can tell you something. If he just repaired that castle, and now need to repair the castle, the score here is kinda tricky. He got 4 trebuchets, he did repairing the castle. Remember, Byzantine castle is the most HP in the game. And here, with the camels and some cataphracts, he can't really take the battle, in my opinion. He just need to kill the traps. But he's blocking himself! Delete the palisade, thank you! Man, go there! Yeah! He's blocking himself. He just need to counter this attack, and honestly, I really think that Byzantines can have better counter if he's doing a good amount of cataphracts, but not like this. I don't know if this is gonna be a good battle. Yeah, he just need to kill the traps, Winter, and hold for a bit. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, the counter trebs, not the smaller the target, the harder they are to hit anything with, but eventually might be able to take 1 or 2 down. The castle taking a ton of damage here. More conversions coming in onto the heavy camel rider. Sergeants are closing the distance. It's actually Villese who's going to be able to counter the Trebs of DauT before the other way around. And that could definitely turn the tides here. Oh god, that's quite a ridiculous concave for the Sicilians. It's
my
a
god!
Massacre. Oh my god!
Yeah, but why? But why DauT put his? Why DauT put himself the units in that position? Come on!
They're still just slaughtering each other. It's a meat grinder.
He's blocking! He's blocking himself! Oh my god! He lost everything now! Look at DauT population! Oh my god, disaster, man! I don't know what happened here. Seriously. Like, though that was crazy and disaster. He needed the bombard cannons, he just needed to counter the traps. He didn't kill a single trebuchet, and Villese is pretty much taking the 3rd game and 2-1 there. I mean,
yeah,
I think DauT could do better there, honestly.
I don't know why you would let infantry, like, that was on its face pretty clearly for anyone. You don't need to play Age of Empires to realize that having a bunch of cavalry and a tiny choke point against like high damage infantry is not a great idea. That was not a move of a king of the desert there, I will say. And right now, the sergeant may get promoted as 193 population to 116, 48 military to 15. There's nothing left. He's running the table with him now. There's nothing left.
It's GG. Look at the castle he's forced to do on the right side, almost out of the map. Mapu, look at the castle that DauT is doing. Oh my god, protecting the houses. But, yeah, I mean, I thought, Winter, that DauT could hold. Seriously, could be in a better position with those 4 trebuchets, but he just stuck his units on that area. And right now, Villese is taking the 2-1 lead in the series. DauT to stay in the tournament and create a quarterfinal that a lot of people want to see, a lot of fanboys, because remember that if DauT is winning, it will face Jordan. It's hard to now happen because he need to win 2 games, Winter, and Villese looks solid.
Yeah, DauT made a great set of moves right when the castle was in his face. He kind of ran around Villese. Like, it seemed like that was a prime opportunity to do so again. Split off some camels, go for the economy, maybe get them looking the other way, and then snipe off the trebuchets. Almost anything but going directly into every single crusading sergeant probably would have been better. But it was a very dramatic fight, and for that, I am at least thankful. Ooh, that was rough, though.
That was crazy, but also really, I really think that you can feel there the pressure of these important games. And now, DauT still have 2 great civilizations. Yes, Lithuanians, Britons. I say 2 because Ethiopians for me, but Villese, Mayans and Franks. I mean, do I have to explain a lot about Mayans and Franks, Mr. Winter? I don't think so.
I know these ones. Huh. All right. I think everybody knows these. This, yeah. I don't know if either is particularly favored or what the stats bear out, but these are comfort civs right here. Everybody knows Mayans and Franks. Are those the picks in order that we're seeing as well? Or are they? Yeah. So his first 2 picks were Mayans and Franks.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
But for DauT too. For DauT too. His first 2 picks.
Now, Lithuanians and Britons.
Yeah, he has Lithuanians and Britons. In this map, remember, Lithuanians start with 150 foot more, so you can go really, really aggressive. Britons, we all know that with the cheaper, faster, and then the extra range in castle with cheaper TCs is insane. The problem is that Franks and Mayans are super snowballs. Okay, what you bring me here? Okay, let's see. Arena clones, me, an honorable micro player. I want to see all the news that you got there. Okay, let's see now a little bit better. Trade card and the Spanish logo. Okay, where can we find the link for this all news?
Twitch.tv/wintergaming is where you can find this and more important information about the games you love.
It's good.
Now's a good time in between these matches.
Professional streamer, this Winter Gaming professional streamer. Well, are the players getting a break, or let me just check if they have. Okay, Franks and Lithuanians is the civilization to Winter. We know the matchup already. Franks and Lithuanians, both cavalry. France, wow. Lithuanians. Wow, exactly.
What a risky choice from these players here going into this game.
For both
scouts,
yeah?
So scouts and then knights. If we get that far,
but with Lithuanians, maybe we see differently with the Lithuanians for the opening that you can get many times really quick. But obviously, knights in castles should be the approach. But to win this game, Lithuanians need to grab the relics. Otherwise, what advantage you get with Lithuanians in the later game?
I do like the little mini game of the relic power-ups that the Lithuanians play. It does add a little bit of extra to the castle age. Though on a King of the Desert Arabia, it's a lot more open than something like Arena or something like that. So I don't know how much the players are going to be focused on it, because I think there will still be a ton of feudal aggression. But now we get to find out going into game 4.
There you go. Game number 4. DauT Lithuanians on the right as a red, Franks on the left. And in a first look, Mr. Winter Gaming that is co-casting with me and people on YouTube. Don't forget that if you are not watching this live, guys, you can follow the YouTube channel, !social. You can find the YouTube channel there and everyone subscribe. Also, if I'm not wrong, later on as well, Mr. Winter Gaming will upload as well for his viewers in his YouTube. So you can't miss this series. And in a first look, Mr. Winter Gaming, what do you think about this map generation for DauT?
It could be better. It could be worse. I know that's a very committed statement, but the wood lines line up well enough. Especially he's got the berries in the back, and if he gets pushed off his gold, he has the second gold in a very safe location. So the more I look at it, the more I like it. I think he's in a pretty safe spot to go into the mid game without. Wow, that's a little sad. That I guess everybody knows what Franks are gonna do. Is part of what factors in here. Like, Franks are a one-trick pony, but a very strong pony. So
yeah,
if you're able to counter that, then you're in a good spot. What about this map, Mem? Let's look at
as we can see, the very 75th in front, I don't think is terrible because it has 2 wood lines that you can protect with the buildings there. The goal is not super far from the TC and a little bit at the back, but his area is quite open. The stone is forward, but he has 1 stone at the back. And as I see, the second goal on the left, or the third goal on the left, is also well protected, if you will, a little bit. I don't dislike his map at all. It's, in my opinion, a lot about the... Really, DauT should play this one full feudal like with the hands, and I'm telling you why. Franks start with higher HP, but then there is no bloodlines. If you go for a full feudal commitment, what Franks can do against Lithuanians in feudal age?
I hope you'll fill me in, because I don't know of anything that's particularly effective. Like, maybe you get lucky with scouts. Occasionally, I've seen people like just completely throw the meta off by going archers, but I think that's very easy to scout. So, do we just see kind of a more passive sprint to castle from these players, since the civs kind of balance each other out, at least to that stage?
Well, that's the thing. I think really that they have great economy, mostly Franks, because the early game for Lithuanians with the boost is great, but then Franks get Horse Cola for free, the bonus in the berries bonus gathering faster as well, so it's solid overall. Everyone loves playing with Franks in that regard, but I really think that DauT should really try to go for the feudal approach and get the initiative in feudal age. because France has really no counter for Lithuanians. And in an open map like this, I hope that he's going to go aggressive because I wish that we can see a decided game. Imagine how excited it can be. Like, okay, best of 5, but then at the end, all is decided in one single game. Bam.
Yeah, last game was quite dramatic, though ended a little more abruptly than I think either of us expected. I wouldn't be surprised if this one ends up so as well. But it looks like with DauT going up towards Feudal in a moment, and maybe 20 pop scouts is the order of the day, which would not be the most original,
19.
but
Even
19. Oh, wow. With that
19
small,
both, you know?
small loan of 150 extra food to start.
Crazy, super fast. Well, I mean,
Both of them. Oh, my God.
yeah, both of them is top, man. It's OP, you know. I mean, when I was playing this game 15 years ago or even more, the standard was 24, 25 population up. 24, 25 population up. If someone was going up 23, was like, wow, what is this opening? 19 population right now. You know, obviously the balance now is different. The gameplay has evolved, has changed a lot, but now we have 19 population going up. I believe it's going to be a scout because we don't see any militia, any goal. Look at the walls Villese is doing. Oh my God. Ridiculous, these walls. What is this? Can you show, please? Can you show me, Mr. Mapo, the one on the left? Oh my God. Look at those walls.
He's
What is
working
these
with
walls?
what he has.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. He obviously wants the gold, but that does seem like...
It's a W.
Yeah, I'm a
Okay.
big fan of W's myself. But
Yeah, I know. W, Winter is there, man. I'm telling you.
thank
Oh
you
my
for
God.
the shout out, Villese. Wow.
Okay.
And the feudal age has begun. All right. A stable, bold choice.
No,
Oh wait, no,
but,
that was a barracks. I'm sorry.
No, but Villese is unbalanced for all these walls that he's building. Now he has no resources to make the stable. And DauT is wondering about that because he can see the barrack just built and he see that he's not building anything. He's just gonna go spears. He's not doing anything. Now we'll do the stable, but he's already behind. Yeah, it's already behind.
I mean, he does have that ability to gather a little faster from the berries. He can make up a bit of the gap on the rest of the resources. And remember, he's the one who's doing the quick walls this early on. So he's obviously intending to play a little more defensive. I think he's kind of just given up the initiative a little, which is usually not a great call, but it depends on how comfortable you are defending against the scouts.
Yeah, but also there is one thing that is important. We didn't mention the spears from Lithuanians are so faster. That's something strong. And now he's ahead. 2 spears already there. It's looking like the hands game. So now let's see how he's going to be. And you can see they don't open too much with the scouts, but similar statistics for both players. Okay, has to be careful. 2 spears are coming. Let's see the micro now. He's trying to go and get the hill. No, he's avoiding that battle. Oh man, how I love to see some Village forward, and a tower there will be disaster for both players. But
you like
I
your
really
towers,
think that,
don't you? You're a bit of a
I
cheesy
do.
dude, I think, man.
I like to annoy,
This
you know,
is
for
2
that.
games in a
but-
row. You're like, oh, that tower would be so nice over there. It's like, all right.
Well, I do when I play,
one
but
of
you know,
those
that's why
guys.
I'm casting. You know, that's why I'm casting and they are playing, you know? Because the towers are not effective at all. And now, 3 scouts from Villese. They are coming, but the spears are there. It's still, I like the building. It's like inviting him to go in. Yes, dive in, come in, try to kill something, but the spears are going to be there. Can we see there? Okay. Yeah. Holy
Go
One
right
Lambic,
on
and he
out.
has to be really, really careful. He's gonna be a hole on the left. Let's check on the left, please, Mapu, because the scouts are coming. No. It's all full. Oh, there was a hole. There was a hole already there. But this is not good. Might lose a villager. Nah, I think he's gonna save it. Yeah, the spears are there. But has to be careful. The micro, so important right now. No,
Well,
it was,
the
but he just
scouts
made
didn't
it.
think so,
Palisade.
and that's the important part.
Yeah.
Like, as long as the scouts are convinced, I guess that's most of the battle. Yeah,
Yeah, but I
guess the
insist,
wall's paying off.
Winter. The game is in a position that they can go for feudal aggression. So bloodlines now for DauT will be a massive advantage because Franks don't have the bloodlines. They just don't. So feudal is what really DauT should
Don't they
commit
get
here.
extra? Their cavalry
Yeah,
get extra HP.
exactly.
So
Yeah,
so
but
you're
still is
saying,
not
I'm sorry,
enough.
we're on the same page here. All right, we're on the same tech tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, yeah,
another eco bonus for French, and I'm glad that Age of Empires is so consistent with that. As I've been playing a lot of versions of it lately.
Look at the
a
gold.
lot of
Has
gold
to be
coming
careful.
up. Well, guess where he's going with that gold?
And
a
those
new
spears are
age,
dangerous.
ma'am. Oh,
Those
I keep thinking
spears,
the scouts are
man,
gonna attack, but
they are not. They are not. He's chasing those spears all the time. He's chasing all the time. We need to find a hole. Economy for both is solid. Wheelbarrow already. He's going to commit. He's going to make the bloodlines. He's going to lose a village. No, he's not going to lose it. Another spear is still going. Both are attacking each other, but they kill. Now they will. Oh, that was bad. Well, but he took quite a lot of HP. And now, if he takes those spears, the goal might be in danger. No. He blocked himself. And now DauT sell his soul. He's not going for the feudal. And look at DauT. He's selling in the stone to go up to Castle Age as soon as possible. So what he wants is not to commit in Feudal Age. And I honestly think this can be great for the Lord because he's going to be up to Castle Age quite faster. And this can be a snowball game for the Finnish player. Look at the economy right now. It's looking good. DauT is up to Castle Age.
yeah, going up to Castle Age as Lithuanians, you have that added incentive of playing the relic minigame early on. And if he gets Castle like a full minute or two quicker, then you're pretty much guaranteed to pick up at least one relic, maybe more, especially if you're able to maintain map control. And when you sell stone, that's a statement. Of course, right now, Villese, he doesn't know. He doesn't know that's the case. He might suspect it, but we know that DauT really wants to leverage that early Castle Age and get an advantage from there. And if Villese just goes for like a second TC in the middle of the road kind of strategy, he could find himself pretty far behind against the quick castle of DauT.
Yeah, can we check Mapu point of view from DauT, please, and see how many relics he can see under the radar right now? Bloodlines, Goldmine and Albrecht, probably one in the middle. I see he see two relics. Two relics. Okay, I mean, 2 relics early game, if he's taking, is massive, Winter. Is a lot. If he's just going right away for taking them.
Upgrades for some fancy relics that only monks with their special hands can pick up. That seems like a pretty cheap trade. And monks aren't bad. Like, having a monk is not a bad thing. Like, that's potentially another knight as well. Like, and occasionally they actually use the healing ability, though I rarely see it.
I think he's open in the south. I think he's open there, in that area, but he cannot see. He's actually with a lot of spears. He got 12 spears. So the thing here is, with that many spear rush, how many knights Villese can do to really protect this? I mean, what the hell? So many spears. He's taking the battle. Now he's going to take the goal. What the hell is going on? This is Walking Dead battle. Look at this. Okay.
Meanwhile, Castle finishes up. Like, he wins a fight, he pushes villagers off gold. He's starting his pikes immediately. So he likes how the spears have been going. He's gonna keep going down that road. It's working for him. What a mess of a battle.
Yeah, he's one stable only.
Yeah, DauT.
He's one stable only.
Monastery kicks off.
RTD range for Villese. Well, he see that he has a lot of pikes, but then you need to make archers. He has no army. Man, this is looking really good now for DauT, but he need to make it works and finish the game. Otherwise, probably there's a hole. He couldn't wall, and now those pikes can do a lot of damage in that economy. But you need to get in. He doesn't want to get in? What?
No, okay, let's not be hasty. But imagine if there was a tower right there, man. How good that would be.
Oh my god.
No,
oh my god, the tower.
I do wonder
he's open.
What?
He's open. Sorry that I interrupt you, but this is massive. The woodland is bye-bye. It's not nice, but still killing villages. DauT is doing the job, and one more time, he's raiding also in the goal, and the decided game is getting closer and closer, because now, look at the population. It's massive advantage here for DauT, but he's losing the monks. Oh, not what you want.
There's a lot going on the map for both players. There's a lot of little small things happening that definitely could add up over time. And just losing monks in general. Oh, he just garrisons it. He doesn't commit.
Yeah, now he deleted the mining camp. Oh my god.
He's just overrunning the... He just killed the mining camp. The other one, there's no chance of mining from that. So Villese just doesn't. He doesn't have any more gold. He doesn't get to mine
He
gold.
need to
now,
micro.
which is not great.
Need.
This is. DauT has 1810 military right now, and it's right outside Villese's base. Most of Villese, he's just trying to snipe the relics. I guess a town center's a play, but that's gonna take a while to produce with just 3 villagers on it.
Yeah, but DauT has to make the damage because he's committing on 1 TC. The monk is coming. He's going to lose that monk probably. If he's not converted, he converted. That was great. That was really good. Now he's sending the pikes. This battle is so important. He needs to kill the knights. The monk is at the back. He has to be careful. And where's the other army? Still on top of the screen there, trying to kill more units. He's gonna deny that TC. He need to do it, but he's going to the wrong direction. Ay, ay, ay. DauT is not doing the massive damage he need to do. And this can be a problem because we have seen when Villese stabilized Winter, how well he played his game, you know? And now he buys stone to make TCs. And this is exactly what you don't want. You know?
Remember
you
when
don't
he
want
sold
to buy
that stone to get the relics?
Exactly. Exactly. And now he's taking the relics also. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. If he steals the relics, even if the scores say that he's ahead, he has a lot more army, but be careful, because the longer the game goes and you don't take relics, the longer the problems will be for DauT. We'll see.
Yeah, I did. He pick up any relics? Did he manage to get any monks out there? I don't think DauT ended up with it. The game plan was to get the relics. He went for quick castle, he sold his stone to get the relic. There's no relics. The plan has failed. He doesn't have a villager lead. He's adding on. Villese has already had wheelbarrow this whole time. The upgrade, there's no doubt. His advantage is evaporating right in front of us right now. He has a little more army. If he could get through and get some damage done, this is the time to do it.
But DauT is now with the hole and now losing Villese. I told you, look at Villese economy. If DauT is not killing, he's gonna throw the game because he's right now under 2 town center, 3 TCs here. DauT to have go, in my opinion, with a siege workshop forward, and now this is in a critical time for the Lord because he is still with more army, yes, but it's throwing some units. He has to be careful with the economy and still no relics. So no advantage for being now with Lithuanians, even if the scores say the opposite. Damn.
Yeah. I think a lot of that right now is just in having 11 knights, 11 pikes here. Just a better standing army for DauT, but that's quickly changing as everything's paying off for Villese. We see a 3rd TC on the way for DauT, but 3 TC is already done for Villese. Fletching is on the way as well for the Franks, as there is no hint of ranged units out of DauT. And he once again invested in that early castle push, and it didn't pay off. So now he has to make a really tough decision on how much he wants to commit, or if he wants to try to turtle up and survive to a much later game, I think.
He's having bad luck. DauT is not finding any relic. He's going there with the monks, but he's still not finding anything. Unbelievable. He's not taking any. He's still 6 villages behind only, but military numbers are getting closer. And now the problem is, okay, he took a monk from Villese. That was good. But what I wanted to tell you is knights and crossbows. He started to have crossbows as well. But that was a bad battle there. Let's see. He's gonna now take the monk. No, man. DauT is not taking.
No.
Look at this. No, you need to go, man. It's not going. It's not going. It's all the time going back. Oh, my goodness. And now his opponent is taking all the damn relics. Unbelievable, Mr. Winter. Unbelievable, seriously.
DauT now starting to exert a lot more map control than he had, but he didn't get the relics. There was an oh my god, he's just it's like he's baiting him at this point. Like, why did he drop the relic? Why not just bring it home? He really wants
he wanted to convert. Yeah, he wanted to convert and taking an older.
In a vulnerable location. I think it's bait. I think he's baiting him. Maybe he wants to convert, but he really wants DauT to commit to get that relic. He'll finally pick it up and leave, but a masterful attempt at baiting there.
The game is extremely close. It's 3 villages difference only, but another relic. He's taking 3 relics. So
he got
DauT
one.
is taking 1 relic. Let's go. 2 relics. Okay, this is good. This is honestly, this is actually okay. Like with 3 relics, 4 relics, obviously you destroy, but with 2 relics and having forging, you can dominate. You can get already +4 in castlage if he's doing the +2 attack. So now, if he really commit with the knights, he can do the job. He has almost the same Villese, and now we might see some massive battle in castlage. I don't know what you think, Mr. Winter, but this is gonna be very, very fun.
Why wouldn't they fight at this point? Villese, he has more knights. He has good upgrades, and he has French knights, which just built in have a little more HP, if I know my math slightly correctly. At the same time, though, with the added damage, which is just more damage than Villese can have. So I have no idea what the math is going to end up being, but tell us, ma'am, how this ends.
Okay, this is going to convert. Well, they have more HP, but at the end is the same HP because the other got Bloodline, so they finish the Knights with the same HP both. The problem is that Villese is doing something good. He's sending Knights at the same time on his base. Honestly, he got the kill advantage here. He got the pikes. I really think this battle should be better for DauT. Why? Because these Knights are +3. Might kill all the monks here. This might be a brutal battle for the Lord. DauT should win this battle because of the pikes. He killed all the crossbows, and now those pikes with the +3 Knight and +2 Knights, he should kill everything. And he is definitely killing everything, but DauT don't see the TC and he's losing Villese. Come on! The raid, but he's raiding at the same time. He's raiding all. Well, DauT with the counter attack, and Villese do not notice. Winter is killing everything, DauT. Killing everything with those knights under the TC. Awesome play by the Lord. And here with this battle, might be decided game after this one. He might lose some, but still killing a lot. Yeah, but Mapu, go to the TC. He still do not see it. The TC. The other TC. Now he noticed how many Villese he killed. Yeah, it's all over, man. GG called decider game. Oh my goodness. What the hell? Man, the ratings in the right time, Mr. Winter, and we go for the decided game. This was an amazing game, honestly.
Yeah, that I really didn't think DauT would be able to pull it together, but as soon as he got the relics, you can tell how important that was to him and important to the game itself, because that completely turned the tide. As soon as he got those relics inside the monastery, it filled his knights with determination to achieve victory. And on top of, well, both players, great minds, think alike. They both went for the counterattack, but I think Villese looked back at his base at just the wrong time, and his crossbows ended up being almost a non-factor in the fight. And when you're going to invest in crossbows instead of just more knights, you really want to make sure you could at least be sniping things like spears and monks a little more effectively. DauT, he waited for his moment, and now he's got another chance to bring this one home. Best of 5, and we're playing 5. How do you feel about that?
Oh my god. Oh my, I don't know if you are still there with the map. If you can show the map again and see the final population when he resigned. Hopefully he didn't went back yet, Mapu. If you're still there. Okay. Go to the map. Return to the map, Mapu, please. Great. And see the population. People always tell, just look at the population. It's not an early GG. 59 villages, 6 villages behind, but the biggest difference here is that no army on the field at all.
Look
4 knights, 3 crossbows, no
4.
army. Yeah. I mean, it's just brutal. It's just brutal. And Villese know that from here, it's only a snowball, because DauT now you can spam constantly, you know? So it was completely over. Let's go back and keep going and see what is the remaining, because honestly, now this is the moment where it's getting even more dramatic. Breton's great, but Villese is with the Mayans. The Viper was, again, say my name, with the same matchup. Viper was with Britons, Villese was, say my name was with Mayans. And say my name, lame elephant and 2 goats. Pretty sick. And he still won the game, the Viper. But this is different player, Mr. Winter. Damn.
I want to take some time and appreciate the origin of the term laming. Because when I first learned it, I'm like, is that what it's called? Because apparently gaming was so young that you could just describe a strategy by saying, that's lame. and now it continues to this day. So just really tells you the long and storied history of Age of Empires when you could just say lame and know what strategy it is. But we haven't seen, I guess maybe you could argue the goats in the first game, but I'm not even sure how intentional
Yeah,
that was.
does
So
nothing.
I would like to see some shenanigans, maybe some towers, some early game. Neither of them seem overmatched in the early game. So any sort of early game means we'll probably get a longer game in the long run, as they just keep going back and forth, at least until Castle. Yeah, it's been a good series so far. I'm excited to watch where it goes from here. And are we taking a break of any kind? Are we just going straight through? It's been quite a bit.
No, we go right straight through because
right.
it's about to start in 30 seconds, 1 minute, or yeah, in a moment, because it's Britons versus the Mayans. Win rate with Britons 37%, win rate with Mayans 50%. But it's a tournament match, Mr. Winter Gaming, and those percentages are just there to break it.
I feel like these statistics are probably not particularly many games here, and also this. I want to favor Mayans in this matchup in most scenarios, but I think it's going to depend on whether either of them gets a little edge, because just both of them are archer civs, right? Like, you both likely want to go towards that early archer pressure skirmishers. If either of them gets a slight advantage, well then their wood lines and their gold and whatever else is going to be incredibly vulnerable, and that can spiral out of control real quickly. Also, a lot of micro potential in archer versus archer as well.
The problem is that the transition with Eagles is so dramatic here. Let's see how that is going to play. But we have to point out, game number 5, King of the Desert 3, DauT versus Villese, Mayans versus Britons. It was. And now, 1 year after, we have Mayans versus Britons, decided game as well. And Britons for the same player, Mayan for the same players. You know what happened last year. What is going to happen in this one? I don't know, because look at the map for Villese. The wood is in front, and that's it. Disaster for him, but he got the Mayan civilization. Look at the map, how open it is, but how open it is also for DauT. We'll check later, or we'll check now, whenever you want, DauT. Winter Gaming. What we are going to see here? Oh my God.
Oh, that's uncomfortable. What are these wood lines? Nothing is particularly convenient here for the Lord himself. He's going to have to work in order to defend his bases. And I think when you see this, the best defense is a good offense. That's my opinion.
Oh, the lame! But the lame is happening. The lame is happening. Can DauT see it? Full of war. He can, and the eagle is taking that rhino. So now the next step for DauT, if he cannot avoid that, is either lane, but if I was DauT, just push your ostrich yourself. Because remember, Winter, that the rhino give you 400 food. So it got more food than the boar. So if you push your deers, your ostrich, you should be fine. But he's laming the rhino, like Say My Name did against the viper. And then sometimes the lame, it's just, well, not as benefit. We'll see. But DauT is going. Trying to find
out. That was pretty clean.
Yeah. He can lame another if he's going fast. Yeah.
That was a very clean execution of the lame there. He picked it up, brought it back, barely lost any HP on his scout. It's not even a risk to go for.
But DauT is there. DauT is there. He's going to find the elephant. Yeah. He can see it. He can see it.
Do it.
He's going to make it. DauT. But why he explore if he's not laming? Well, because the eagle is there. Okay.
I'm just kind of waiting. I just want to see what happens. Okay, he's not going to do it, is he?
Okay.
There are a lot of huntable animals on the map. I never really noticed how far out some of those zebras and deer are.
Yeah, but this is very weird, because this is good this is so good. If he's laming those two goats, but DauT need to go. Need to find those two goats. If he found it. Yeah, but those two goats is 300 food and Britons. He's Britons, so he can really do the job. And now, he's not going to make it, man. What? He's going to lose the scout. No.
Where are you going down? He's baiting him. All right.
Okay. He need to find the other two goats. But the question here is, what the hell is he doing here and not bringing his food? to the TC. Because right now, I don't know. He's not pushing the ostrich. He's not laming. Of course, he's finding all the resources. Because if we go to the Fog of War, please, DauT Fog of War, we might see how he knows pretty much all Villese map. Yeah, he has explored everything. All the wood, the gold, the berries. Yeah, except the 2 goats. Crazy.
That happens to me every game. I don't know. DauT has the same problem. Okay, those 2 goats, they're just impossible. They're always in the last place you look. Well, the scout.
But he's still
from both sides back at DauT space.
But he's coming with militias, and don't think this is good for Villese, because DauT is having a very clean uptime, 19 population up with 1 elephant less, Mr. Winter. That's solid, you know?
Yeah. I mean, he didn't waste any time going straight up. He's already walling off. He's making do with what he has here. And I think, especially, like, he can easily quick wall the gold with maybe another house.
What is this wall?
Oh, my.
Look at this palisade game in diagonal, okay.
Oh, no.
Really? He really want to kill the eagle, huh?
Yeah,
and he will now.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, well, that was a pretty significant commitment there. Wait.
Well, but Winter, taking the eagle is fine. Taking the eagle is very important for the aggression that he's gonna now try. He's gonna try to go aggro, and the eagles just snipe all the potential skirmishes. They are very strong. He's now walling everything, walling the goal. I don't know if he's gonna be in time because the militias are coming. They are only oh my god, 1 tile, and in the last second, let's go.
He's fine. I don't like. I know the scout is obviously faster than the eagle, but it feels kind of weird to trade out the eagle right before your militia come in. That's your ability to ever box in any of those villagers. So I think we're going to like the prophet, as the prophecy foretold, early aggression into a somewhat defensive mid game, because both of them now are kind of forced into these awkward but extensive walls across their bases.
The problem for DauT is that he definitely doesn't have the best resources ever. He is not building yet the archer range because he doesn't have the wood. So he's not taking yet any advantage, but Britons create archers faster. So he might be able to recover, and he will have archers faster than his opponent. Problem for DauT, 0 foot under the TC because he got limit. And now look at the walls by Villese. I want a tower here, you know?
Oh my god. You have a problem.
I mean, but I have a problem, no. But now, seriously, jokes aside, if he's doing a tower there, tell me what wood Villese has. Nothing.
Very angry mindset. And possibly less chance of getting to the round of 8. Or round of 16, sorry.
Well... Okay, let's see. The blast
archery range, both sides. Is that an archery range right there? Yeah,
I believe so because no blast at all. Archery range. The 2 militias didn't do any damage. He's coming out with the archers, the scout, and the value of the scout right now, Winter. He can explore all the map. I mean, at this point, when he's that low, and he got the goats finally, so he's bringing the goats. Yeah. Okay, Brito's goats. Yeah, no, I mean, he's bringing. Well, it's something.
He's taking his time. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, with the scout, he's also going to have extra vision for his archers as well.
Exactly,
be able to scout the area where to go, and
exploring everything now.
The woodlines aren't terrible for Villese. Well, they are forward, and that means they're closer to where the archers are popping out, which is never great.
Yeah, but it's for both, Winter, because if you check, DauT got 1 woodline actually. The thing here is that DauT is playing very nice according to the situation. 1 elephant less. He got only 1 woodline. I mean, he has another in front, but you know, yeah, he can make it, but he's exposed as Villese as well, and even farther, you know, than Villese, I will say. Anyway, look at those archers. They have to be careful. They're walling. He's coming out with the skirmishes, and this is where, if DauT use the scout properly, the scout can make a massive damage, because the skirmishes just don't kill the scout. And he's exploring everything, but he needs to explore more because he's hitting the deers on the left. And if he finds it, game's open with archers. No, he's gonna lose the scout. No. Okay, what is this micro? Who's this? Okay.
Archers poking up to the wood line, seeing what they can get. There are some. The nice thing for Villese is he has all these trees to choose from. Like the archers can't cover all of them at once. As long as they're skirmishers, they'll eventually get pushed away. But of course, as the Britons, if we do end up towards the castle age, the TCs are a little cheaper, and then we're a long way off that. Mem, what's going on here?
Yeah, well, he's trying to kill and killing the archers. The problem is that he's full of skirmishers. I don't know if DauT is gonna do scouts, because now he definitely can't counter those skirmishers. +1 for both. He need to go back. And can we check DauT base, because he's going to his base, Mr. Mapo, and see if he's doing a stable? I wouldn't be surprised. There you go. Stable is just going to be up, and with that stable incoming, and this good economy he's having right now with this map, a full well. Not full feudal, but some feudal aggression can be really good here for Britons, Mr. Winter.
Both players just building villagers at almost ideal rates here. Nobody's lost anything yet, but though that might change. Not that skirmishers do more than emotional damage to your average villager. Eventually it adds up.
Oh, but DauT is just getting the reinforcement in the middle. He took a couple of units. That's why the KD is better. Now the scouts are coming, and DauT is going forward with the archers. This is very nice, because he's now Villese doesn't have the army all together. He split the units, and those scouts, if he's sending a couple of scouts together, can take everything. Bad thing is that he brought one only. Let's see the micro. Need to kill the eagle. This is so important game, guys. Remember, the winners will be qualified to the quarterfinal and against Jordan. They want to fight each other, Jordan and DauT. Yes, look at DauT already using the market. Winter, wow. No stone for DauT, and massively using the market, again. Trying to go Castle Age. Oh my god.
DauT just... It worked out last game. It looked like it failed. To be honest, it looked like when you have to sell your stone to get gold and then use your gold to sell stone for a significantly higher price, I think most market analysis will tell you that wasn't a good trade. But he did end up winning the game by finding the right timing. Even he was persistent, and he used his Castle Age tech to come through. And Britons are the same way. Just being... He can easily get more town centers. He's going to have to do a little more market manipulation. And he can just go for the castle aggression. He already has the stable. Knights are on the table. And if he can... Oh. The Castle Age isn't too far behind for Villese. All right, I'm talking like he's somehow far off, but he's also got a market, and he's using it. So what do you think?
Yeah. But the problem is that Villese lost a lot more resources than DauT, because DauT used it faster, and now it's going to be 15 seconds faster, and I'm telling you something. Even if it looks too little, remember that the bonus for Britons kick immediately, you know? So it will get one extra range just in 1 minute and 20 seconds. That's the good thing. The problem is that that goal is now exposed. He's taking the risk, is now in front, but he's taking Villese as well. Taking one, taking maybe two. Both are attacking each other. Constant aggression. Now he's coming with those eagles and skirmishes. DauT need to find a goal on the other spot, but he's attacking in the wood as well. So I don't know who is taking the advantage right now, because he's one is out of the goal, the other is out of everything. Okay. Can we see full of war from DauT?
I don't know what is garrisoned. What is garrisoned in the stable right now? How many scouts do we have?
I can tell you, 2 scouts.
Ready to pop out.
Yeah.
2 scouts.
Yeah. Oh, but there's a OP. It's open on the wood. Not anymore. This is super intense. Both are attacking each other. I don't know who is going to take this battle. He can see the goal on the right. I don't know why DauT, for example, didn't go for the goal on the right. Now he has the scout. And like I told you, those archers got the extra range right away, and now he's doing the crossbow upgrade. He has to be careful, but the knights are going to be there. No knights at all. The scout, he's in problem. The scout is there. Eagles +2. He need to make the damage. DauT is in problems because those eagles are so cheap and so dangerous. Why he's not going to that goal? That's what I mean. You need the goal there, and he's wasting so many units here, DauT. Let's see if with the crossbows in front, he can take the wood.
Yeah, the crossbows continually pressuring Villese. It's 37-38. The Eagle's a massive danger, especially in any sort of number. It is crossbows, but he doesn't have Bodkin yet, so he doesn't have that extra damage to punch through. The now +2 being upgraded for the Eagles. So the easily shrugging off the crossbows, even if they land their shots, and Eagles are pretty quick. So has to retreat. It looks like a scout goes down. The crossbows know the Eagles are a real and present danger. And now as the Castle Age starts to spin up, everyone's feudal aggression spins down, and now we got to figure out what happens next.
Well, the good thing here for DauT is that he doesn't have yet too many eagles, but, well, 9 and 6 on the queue. DauT need to wall the holes, because those eagles are so dangerous to counter. If he's sending the 3 knights and the crossbows together, maybe he can do the job, but so scary. Look at the population, Winter, and now how the players are not attacking anymore. They are being really, really careful. And as you mentioned, you need Botkin. Elite skirmishes there as well now for Villese, but he has only 2 skirmishes. That's not a problem. Botkin is on the way, and here's with Britons. If you play them properly, with that extra range, they can do the job. The Eagles are coming, the Knights are there, he has to be careful, the Knights are there. I think this is an old army to DauT to counter, but Villese knows, and he need to go back. My goodness.
Yeah, Botkin finishing up. There's a lot of Eagles on the field. I don't know if that's enough Knights to stop the Eagles from closing the distance. Yeah, he spreads. Micros a bit, a few splitting for the crossbows, the rest going for the Knights. The longer the battle goes on, the better for the crossbows, but the distance has been closed, and now we'll see if DauT can hold the high ground then.
He has the Knights there, he got the kill advantage, these 4 Knights, those Knights with the +1 armor, he's trying to kill as much as he can. The population is still a little bit better for Villese, but the Knights are not taking any damage. The Knights are not taking any damage and still killing some of those. The crossbows, sadly for DauT, disappear right now. No more crossbows anymore, but the Knights is still there. Are the Knights enough to kill? I don't know, because he's still hitting a lot and he's chasing against the crossbows while the Knights is still surprisingly alive completely. The problem is the monks. DauT need to go back. You don't want to get converted any knight. You get converted, a knight is disaster. And he got converted 1 knight. Population though, Villese with a lot more army on the field. This is looking very, very rough for DauT right now, Mr. Winter.
Yeah, +1 melee on the way. There's only 2 crosses, 6 knights against 15 eagles and more monks on the way. Are the upgrades enough for the Eagles to just go right through DauT's Knights here? He's been relying on cavalry, which is not what the Britons' strong suit is, but that's really all he has to deal with the Eagles somewhat efficiently. Looks like he holds the line for now, but Villese understands what map control means. It doesn't just mean you might win the game, it means you have plenty of space to get another town center, and he's adding one on the other side of the map.
Yeah, well, he's doing more crops as well. He needs a lot more army. He has only 6 army, the last 14. This is a big, big gamble here, but he's still getting the hill advantage. Now, DauT need to be a little bit passive. The problem is Winter is coming also with 2 monks, and those 2 monks can convert the knights, as we saw very, very easily. I don't know if he should go for more TCs, so just full army. Also, only 1 archery range. You need another archery range. The crops are there, but the monks are... Oof. The monks, the monks, he's trying to go with the crossbow. The monks are the problems here. DauT is in big, big problem right now, doing a lumbercamp in front. This is so rough for DauT. He didn't wall at all. He need to kill the monk. Well, he take a monk. The Knights are taking some really good battles, but the Eagles are taking over. And if he's not taking the monks, if he convert the Knights, it's gonna be a big problem. He convert another knight. Still fighting. Well, there's not a lot of army on the field, and DauT seems to be holding somehow, and I don't know how. He's behind in Villese, yes, but I don't know how he hold that battle. He need to go a second archery range, Mr. Winter. If not, he doesn't have the production. Seriously.
I think the reason he held is because the Eagles were focusing on the target, the opportunistic villagers there. He got 8, 9, 10 villagers throughout that battle, and now that is a growing deficit for DauT. It feels like the Knights aren't going to get any damage done unless there's a big mistake. Oh God. Unless
I thought that was a hole, right?
Yeah. So did DauT. But
but why he's not walling? Why DauT is not walling anything? Why DauT is not walling anything? Now the Eagles are coming. The Eagles are coming there. He has to be careful. There's some army, but there's not an old army, and I don't know why he's not walling anything at all. Another lumbercamp there, and well, he's trying to attack on Villese base. Let's check if he's doing some damage with those knights. He's doing some damage, but is that a node? I don't think so. It's a node. What's going on?
Well, the Knights are fighting the Eagles, which is a good trade in even numbers, and he's inside the base, which is the best he can hope for, but his villagers Yeah, most of it is actually the second town center kicking in here for Villese. And if DauT is running his villagers away, even if he doesn't lose them, they're not gathering very many resources running for the town center. It's starting to get a little out of hand here for the Lord. Might be looking at a bit of a repeat of the last King of the Desert.
Yeah, well, DauT is not looking well right now. He's only with 9 army. 21 villages behind, and you know what? It's looking very similar to the previous edition. Like, it happened is the same. And also another option, why no infantry? The Viper did full longswords against the Mayans, and with supplies and how they are being boosted, pretty much the infantry, it's a good option as well. And I know they have less mobility, but this is looking rough, and I think this is gonna be the last battle of the game. It might take the monk, yes, but I don't know. Let's see if with the micro he can do the job. The problem is that those monks are just destruction for DauT, Winter.
26 eagles coming up. 2 monks right here against 6 knights and 5 crossbows. The eagles are closing the distance. I'm surprised he doesn't just send them straight in. There's almost no gold mining, especially no safe gold mining for DauT. It has been a back and forth series, but I think it's going forth towards Villese here. It seems it's about time to finish it.
Yeah, the Eagles are just almost on his base. DauT has only 1 TC. Villese has 98 population. DauT 48. He was playing with one idea of army composition. The knights and the crossbows. Only 1 archery range. Never worked it. Never worked so well. And never thought in the infantry. I know that it's easy to say now. The map was, honestly, Winter, the map was worse for Villese in this one. Because his map was really, really awful, but these Mayans is a very, very dangerous civilization if you don't counter properly, right?
Yeah, and I feel like DauT didn't get enough damage with his archers. Like, he had the opportunity, he had archers before Villese was able to really put together much of a defense. It's just it never really came together. Villese walled off
GG
very
call!
well. There it is.
GG call. Feeling bad for DauT. Everyone loves DauT. He was obviously sad, disappointed with that one. And Villese is in the quarterfinals. Oh my goodness. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay.
He played a better game. And I think overall deserves this win and able to move forward. DauT put up a great fight, but Villese definitely comfortable in that mid game, and it pays off.
Oh man, well, he used the Mayans. Mayans, we have seen how strong and crazy they are, and if you don't play 100% with any civilization that is counter the Meso, it's just not possible. Winter. I mean, you can see
will run you down.
They snowball. Yeah.
That it's a pretty clear-cut graph we have here at the end when it comes to the army supply split as well. The Eagles just starting to overwhelm everything because DauT wasn't able to slow them down quite enough. And that
crazy stuff
in the 3-2 here.
Crazy stuff, and we're going to see what Mr. Villese has to tell me. We're going to go with the interviews because remember Riley is not here today. I'm gonna make the interviews to Mr. Villese. Villese, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Oof, you look a little bit exhausted, nervous. How was the series? Because 5 games against DauT.
Yeah, I feel pretty exhausted. It was not short games and tough set.
Okay, I mean, again, in game number 5, same matchup that the last year. Mayans, Britons.
It brought back some memories from last year.
Okay, do you remember or not?
Yeah, I do remember.
Okay, I mean, when you saw the map that you got with those 2 woodlands in front only, what you thought about that map generation? Like, oof, I'm gonna hate Crasini now, I'm gonna hate Memp, because that was a tough map for you.
Yeah, that kind of woodlands are really bad, especially against my Britons. If they get the castles and long range crossbows behind that woodline, it's really tough. But I had control over the game pretty much.
Okay, if we remember the first, Okay. If we remember the first game, Vietnam versus Mongols, were you confident against the Mongols with the early aggression? You thought you got the better civilization there?
Yeah, I felt like I had a good map, so he couldn't punish me with the fast Mongol aggression, so I was pretty confident that game.
Okay. Then Khmer versus the Hans. Isn't Khmer a little bit tricky to play? Like if you go full scout, since there is usually not doing barrack, is not a tricky choice there?
Yeah, they are. Usually you have to add archers like I did, or make the barracks anyway, but I got unlucky with the gate there. I think I was ahead at that point, so it wasn't about the civ.
Okay. And then in the game 3, when you push the button, you know what I mean when you push the button with that first crusade, you push the button, and then from there, it's like Burgundians with the Flemish Revolution, right? Like it's it's too strong, that civilization in that situation.
Yeah, the first crusade is tricky to play against. You get so many units, or almost free, and yeah, if you have the map controlled and castles forward, then you can push really hard with that 35 surgeons.
Okay. And then we're going to analyze the last game, and I will ask you for the upcoming quarterfinals. Then Franks and Lithuanians. You were holding well. You were doing a great game there. But then when Lithuanians picked the relics, it was that what it makes the difference in that game?
I think what made the difference was the raid under my TC. I didn't look there for a minute and lost maybe 20 villagers to that. So
yeah,
that's what lost the game. I think I had okay position even with the 2 raids for him.
Okay. I want to ask you for the goal in your tournament. I mean, now you are in the top 8 in the tournament. You are pretty much in almost every tournament you are getting there, right? So how you feel about that? Being in the quarterfinals, now who you face in the quarterfinals as well? Let's see if you are well prepared for that, Mr. Villese, and how you feel about being into the top 8 and your possibilities in the next matchup.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about being in the top 8. That was my goal before tournament, so I'm happy with that. And I think I'm playing against Jordan, if I'm not wrong. Am I?
Yeah, I think so.
So I feel okay about that match. Although Jordan has been playing very strong, so we'll see if I can beat him.
Feel confident?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, it's a best of 7. Congratulations, Mr. Villese, and hopefully you keep playing really strong, and good luck in the next game.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay.